no. You know what? This reminds me of something.
What?
Freaking First Take nailed it with Stephen A. back in my guy Baker Mayfield.
Yes, let's talk about that. I'm with you on that. I sent you that on Instagram.
If you want to go against Baker Mayfield, Browns Nation, then you are the worst fan base ever.
You're
Baker
traitors.
Mayfield is great.
Yes.
What? He got you to the playoffs for the first time since
2002.
2002, and he got you the first win since Bill Belichick was there.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you have? Why do you have a problem with this guy? I mean, sure, Deshaun Watson is a great guy, is a great quarterback.
Probably a better quarterback, yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah. But you know what I like? I like loyalty, and that's what Baker has with you guys.
Yeah.
He is one of the most loyal players in the game. He was loyal when he was in college. He's loyal now. That's what your franchise used to be about. So what happened to that? What the hell happened to that loyalty?
Here, Joe, I'm fully with you. Look, you can talk and dream about the schemes Deshaun Watson would have with Nick Chubb in his backfield and Kareem Hunt and Jarvis Landry and potentially OBJ and Austin Hooper and all of them. You could dream about the RPO game, but the fact is that Baker Mayfield is a huge reason why you went to the playoffs. Yes, your run game is obviously the biggest part, but Baker Mayfield, he cut down on his mistakes this season. He had a career high for passer rating at 95.9. He threw for 26 touchdowns and only 8 picks. He literally cut his picks in half from the season he only played 14 games in. And he played 16, and he cut his picks from 14 to 8. It was 21 last season. Baker Mayfield came into the season absolutely over-slandered. We even slandered him on this show, obviously. Is Baker Mayfield Deshaun Watson? No. But I'm with Joe on this point. He brought you to the playoffs for the first time since 2002. That can't be discounted. Loyalty is an important thing in this sport. And in the NBA, it's not there. In the NFL, it's I'd say there a little more, but even that's a business. As a Cleveland Browns fan, after what he did for your franchise, if you're encouraging them to deal him or make him a backup to Deshaun Watson because you think Deshaun Watson can get you farther, yeah, I get it, but also I don't, because this man deserves the respect of you. And he has really improved. And honestly, I think he could continue to improve. His picks are cut down on. We saw the gunslinging arm he had in college. If he improves his accuracy, which he did a bit from last season, if that keeps improving, this Browns team will be able to compete in the AFC. And I'm not guaranteeing that the Browns team is going to be able to beat the Chiefs. But you saw how they competed against the Chiefs this year. I think that you need to give Baker another year after he takes you to the playoffs. You give him that benefit of the doubt, because at a certain point, it's important to bank on your quarterback. So maybe it's a sentimental attachment thing, but that's just totally disrespectful if you're a Browns fan to do that to a guy who brought you to the playoffs.
And also, I kind of don't want a guy that has spent 3 seasons with the franchise and just wants to up and leave because things aren't going his way. I mean, welcome to the NFL. You don't always get what you want.
And yeah, I mean, Watson's used to winning, and I mean, I don't think Cleveland's his preferred destination anyway. It sounds like he wants the Jets or the Dolphins.
Yeah. But
or even the Patriots, from what I've heard. This
is just a dumb thing to ask for, in my opinion, for Deshaun Watson asking for a trade. I get, your GM traded your best receiver, and you're not getting that much support. But this is your 3rd season, right?
Deshaun Watson's entering his 4th, I believe, and so is Baker.
4th.
Baker's entering his 4th. Yeah. Watson might be entering his 5th. Watson's entering his 5th.
Well, either way, I mean, you've had 4 seasons, and he's been to the playoffs twice.
In a franchise that has been kind of a mess, but yes.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, why not finish out your contract? That's honestly my main question. And secondly, they know what you're doing, what you want. They're going to try and cater to you. And we're seeing that now. But he doesn't give a crap.
Yeah, no, he said the head coaching hire wasn't changing his mind. But yeah, keep going and finish your point. Then I'll give you my thoughts on that.
But the thing with, so you want a guy that just isn't loyal. And I mean, I saw on Facebook people were like comparing this to Matt Stafford, and I'm like, those are two different things. Matt Stafford has given his life to the Lions franchise, and he has gotten nothing from them.
Yeah,
he does not get any consultation at all, and he deserves a damn trade from that place.
he's been there for 11 years.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson's being a baby about this, and Browns fans are just, you want a guy like that? You want a guy that just wants up and leave at the first sign of no success?
Okay.
I mean, who wants a quarterback like that?
All right. I'm not going to assail Deshaun Watson's character because I think if you look at what Deshaun's done for Houston, the community over there, he's done a lot. So I don't think he's this prick. But at the same time,
I'm not saying that, but like, you can't do that in the NFL. Like, it's the NFL.
I think he thinks he's in the NBA because in the NBA, that's the only place that's really flying. Yeah. Here's what I will say. I do understand Deshaun Watson's thought process because at the end of the day, Watson has had to carry some of those Texans teams to the playoffs. I mean, he outside of D-Hop, which obviously is a massive piece, he's had nothing. And Bill O'Brien traded D-Hop away for Jack, gave him no defense, nothing to rely on. I mean, and J.J. Watt said it best. They wasted one of his years, one of his really amazing years. I mean, the man led the league in passing yards as a dual threat quarterback. That's something we can't discount. I mean, Deshaun Watson is objectively a top 5 quarterback, in my opinion. I don't have any questions about it. So I think on the one hand, I get the logic of wanting out. They already wasted one of your years. Your teammates support you in leaving, and you don't consult him on the new GM hire. The coaching hire is uninspiring, at least in his eyes. I get the logic behind it. But so in that sense, I'm not going to attack him for that. I think that honestly, it makes logical sense to want out. However, I'm thinking about this from the Browns' perspective. You have a system you've constructed around Baker Mayfield. You definitely have to change that for Watson. And while it probably won't be that hard because you have a good run game, you can run him really great RPOs and stuff. And also Watson's obviously a phenomenal pocket passer. I think Watson would excel there. But my issue on it is, one, Cleveland doesn't exactly have a history of winning, and you bring up a good point. What if things go awry in Cleveland? OBJ gets traded or something. What if he's not happy with the coaching situation there? Do we see a repeat? It's a valid point you bring up. The bigger thing I'm worried about, though, is you can't do this to Baker Mayfield. You have something special brewing with him. I don't think Baker Mayfield's ever going to become a top 5, top 7 quarterback. But I do think he's a really solid quarterback that can win you games. And down the stretch of this season, aside from the Jets game when he had no healthy receivers, he did just that. And the Browns defense obviously powered them to the win against Pittsburgh, but Baker was good in that game. And then they were still in contention against the Chiefs. Who knows what happens if they get the ball back? I don't know if they win that game. Baker struggled a bit, but I just don't think it's respectful at all to do it to a guy who has progressively gotten better since last season. Like you saw the way he started and the way he finished this year. He improved a lot. He cut down on his picks. He became a little more accurate. I think it's not fair to tell a guy who worked so hard and played at a pretty career best level towards the end of the season to tell that same guy, we're getting rid of you. That doesn't seem like a Cleveland sports thing to do. Cleveland sports fans are upset that LeBron left. They're upset that athletes leave them. It would be so hypocritical of a Cleveland sports fan to support bailing on Baker like that. And that's my bigger issue.
Yeah. And I mean, can we just talk about the difference here between the two? One guy, his first year, he's 7-8-1.
7-8-1.
Didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Browns 2019 worst record 6-10. Okay. Baker didn't complain at all about no playoff success.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I mean success in general, not just playoffs. This year makes it to the playoffs, upsets the Steelers, makes it to the second round and almost beats the Chiefs.
Yeah, and part of that is his defense, but he didn't make any egregious errors aside from one pick, which I don't even know was entirely his fault.
Yeah, I mean, and you just want to get rid of a guy like that? I mean, I I don't want to slander Deshaun Watson's character. He's a great guy. He's done so much for his community. But at the first sign of losing, it just seems like this guy will want to get up and leave. And the Browns aren't known for making the best decisions in that franchise.
Yeah,
I mean, they've gotten better, but like if they just make another mistake and they had Deshaun Watson, what's to say he wouldn't ask for another trade?
that's what I'm saying.
Like, so
Like, it's not like Baker Mayfield has ever had to shoulder the load like Deshaun Watson has. I don't want to even pretend that that's the case. I think, if anything, Baker's weapons many people would say Baker's weapons actually helped him. But you're right. Baker Mayfield toiled through the tough times to get to the better times. And Baker Mayfield has clearly bought into the culture in the city of Cleveland. He's helping the community. Like, Baker Mayfield himself has done a lot for Cleveland, and he clearly cares about being there, and he has made Cleveland a part of his personality. And I think that is unfair. That's what I'm saying. It is just and we're kind of going in circles here, and we're saying the same thing, but that's my issue. You can't just let a guy go like that.
Yeah, and potential to actually be a make the team a top 4 team in the AFC.
But agreed.
Like, I honestly think they might win the division next year.
It's definitely a possibility. I mean, the defense would have to stay at a good level, and Baker would have to improve a bit more, but it's possible.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I think it's good that we're going in circles because there are obviously some idiots out there that don't want to keep this guy.
I think it's just hypocritical to be a Cleveland sports fan that complains about LeBron James leaving and then says at the drop of a hat, let's replace Baker with Watson. And we're gonna get hate for this. I know inevitably you're gonna have some angry one Browns fan who's with us, or a few Browns fans that are with us, and then you'll have some angry Browns fan who's like, Watson's clearly better. What are you talking about?
We know Watson's better.
Yeah,
but like, it's not something you should do to a guy that's gotten you this far,
especially when you have something brewing. Hey y'all, thank you everyone for watching. If you want to see our last video, click here. If you want to see our next video, click here. And if you want to subscribe, click on my face.